Hi there, my sexy senior citizens. Pleased to see you again. Welcome to my home. Today I've got a question. I got traffic out there. It's just driving me bonkers. And then I probably need to turn off my phone. You're in my home, so I'm going to share with you what goes on in my home. Okay, here, we're going to shut this off into airplane mode, I guess, right? As soon as I figure out how to get it in there. All right, airplane mode. So, yep. Uh, I'm having my lunch. My nose is itching. Anyway, I made me some chili. And it's 3 in the afternoon. And I thought I better eat. So I'm having my lunch and or supper, whatever it's going to be. And I thought I'd come in and talk with you. Felt like I had a hair. That's not good. That's horrible. I try to eat and it's my hair, so I know it's clean. Anyway, I thought I'd come in here and chitter chat with you on just something off the wall, right? Which something off the wall is, in my thought, I'm curious, because I have been told in my lifetime that there is such a thing as love at first sight. So that's going to be my topic today. Are you ready? Okay, well, let's get into it. Come in here and comment and tell me what you think. I mean, how can I communicate with you if you don't make a comment? Okay, so my question is there really such a thing as love at first sight? Hmm? All right, I know that being the age that I am, um, that I have experienced I thought, different things that I thought was love. Okay? So I'm going to use me, but I would love to hear from you. And so, before I go any further, if you're interested, hey, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, help this old senior citizen out, I guess. So, here we are. Is there really such a thing as love at first sight? Now, you know what? I would almost have to argue that no, there is no such thing. But unfortunately, I have to throw that away because I know a couple people in my life that are personally in my life that fell in love when they were kids in school, like 12. And here they are, 30 some years later, married and still best friends and getting along and work together as a team. He calls her difficult and she just, you know, she has her little pet peeves about him, but here's the thing. They truly love each other. Okay? I mean, they truly love each other. He doesn't boss her around. She doesn't boss him around. And that's part of the plan, I think, because when my Ernie was alive, that was us. We didn't boss each other around. We didn't have one that was dominant over the other. If he chose that he wanted to go fishing, go fishing. If I chose that I wanted to take off and go to Kentucky and he didn't want to go with me, I took off and went to Kentucky. I always asked him. That's what you do when you have a spouse. He'd ask me if I wanted to go fishing. A lot of times I did, and there was times that I didn't. But there was never anything made big and huge and stinky and it was never made a big issue. I'm going to take a bite of my chili. I think it might be cool enough to eat. Very good. So anyway, my Ernie, I loved my Ernie. But you know what? I'm going to share this with you. I have loved, but there was only one particular guy that I felt something with that knocked my socks off. Knocked me for a loop because it was like never experienced it before. And I'm serious, you guys. I thought I was in love, with my kid's daddy. Apparently, I wasn't, because I never felt this experience that I felt. And it was like, so the experience that I felt was totally different from anything I'd ever experienced in my life. Now I'm going to move forward because uh, life goes on, right? But the couple friends that I had that fell in love with each other when they were kids, they were playmates first. They were just little kids, playing. And as they grew up together and going to school together and graduating together and then get married, having children together, and they're still in love, it's not a it's not something that you see all the time, you know, because people get married and then they think one or the other has to be the boss. It's not, they're not going into it like it's a partnership. So, when you have a dominant person that wants to try to control the other person, manipulating them into doing whatever they wanted, it's their way or no way, their way or the highway, whatever, then you know what? That's not going to work. I'm sorry. I've been down that road. That's not going to work. So, if there is such a thing as love at first sight, how do you know? Is it a gut feeling? Is it the tingles all over your body? Is it the oh my god, the like oh my god type of reaction? Is it you can't keep your mind off of the person? Is it the person is constantly riding around up in your head even after you no longer see or talk to them? I mean, what is it? Or is it just possibly you have lost your mind and so you can't stop thinking about this person that you do not talk to anymore? I mean, hello. So I would like your response to this because I really do believe with all my heart that there is such a thing as love at first sight. You know, I'm not saying, that the person has the perfect body or the perfect face or there's no that their flaws is what's there, but that's not what draws you to them. There's like a connection, if you can follow me. It's like a connection. Close your eyes and hear the voice of the other person, and then how do you feel? Is it like a and that's what I think it is. That's what I think it is. But anyway, you tell me. Like I said, I know a couple people in my life that have been together ever since they were kids. And being around them, it's still there. Oh, they torment each other. I mean, and they laugh. And that's another thing that's part of staying in love is you got to have a sense of humor. Whether it's love at first sight or not, if you have a connection with somebody, then it's you have to realize that that's not your wife or your husband, that's your friend. That is your buddy that you can torment and they can take a joke and laugh, and come back at you, crack you up. So, the serious stuff in life that comes along, guess what? It's serious stuff, but it's on how you handle it. Do you use your sense of humor to help get through it? That's how I got through a lot of stuff with my Ernie. We had to. So, you have to have that sense of humor. But above all, you have to have respect for each other. And that has to continue on. It doesn't, when you're out here, you're dating this person. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to see him or her. When it's sex, sex, sex. Oh, yeah, but when the sex is gone, what are you left with? Are you left with somebody that truly loves you, knows you, wants to still clown around with you. And if, you know, in the future, parts of the body quit working, parts of the body don't look as sexy as they did when you were young. So, are you still in love? Do you still get a thrill? You know I did with my Ern. He'd go to work and I'd miss him, and he'd miss me, and he'd call me, on his lunch break, and he'd say, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" I'd say, "Oh, I'd tell him whatever I was doing. If I was canning, I'd tell him what it was I was canning, whatever I was doing." And we'd sit and talk, and then we'd laugh because he would tell me something stupid that happened at work, and he'd share that with me. And if I had done something stupid here, I'd share that with him, and he and I would giggle like two little school kids. And then he'd say, "Well, baby, I have to get back to work now." And I'd say, "All right, honey." We'd hang up and go on. He'd get home from work, and I couldn't wait for him to get home. Even in the conversation on the phone with him, I'd say, "Baby, what do you feel like eating tonight?" And if he didn't say, "You," oh, he'd tell me what it was he felt like me to fix for supper for him. So, with that being said, that's the thing. I had the privilege of having this man for 22 years, and in 22 years, he always made me laugh, and that is key. Don't turn into a dried up old prune. You guys are sexy senior citizens now. Now it's time to just say, "Hey, flirt with your man if you have one. Flirt with your woman if you have one. If you don't have one, go out in public and dance or something and flirt with those people, Because you're a sexy senior citizen. Whether it's love at first sight or it's just lust at first sight. Go do it. Go have fun. Live. Throw your cares to the wind and say F you to those people that are saying, "Oh, you're too old to be acting that way." No, you're not. You earned that. You earned that right to be a big flirt. I don't care. I flirt with younger men out here. They love it. They love it. Here's this sexy senior citizen looking at him, but ooh, you got a nice hairy chest, and that just makes them feel good. Makes me feel good because I'm being ornery, knowing that this is not going anywhere, because I have children older than this person. Do that. Just, of course, it's a little bit different, I think, if, I don't know how it is. I'm not a man. I think it might be a little different if a guy goes out here and looks at a younger woman and says, "Oh, you look awful sexy." She'll all get him for being a pervert. I don't know. She might sick her boyfriend on him, or her girlfriend, whoever she's got. But anyway, just go out there and have fun. Like I said, whether it's love at first sight or it's not, whatever. But I truly believe on my end that there is love at first sight. Yeah, I do. So meanwhile, you sexy senior citizens, you get out there and enjoy your day. Get out there and enjoy your life. It's yours. Okay? Get out there and enjoy. And think about what I asked. What this question was. Do you believe in love at first sight? And if so, tell me why. And if not, tell me why. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Love you all, including my enemy. Have a wonderful day.